Hello, this is a video to talk about steering in version 3.3.0 of Overdrive. I'm just showing the device ID information for what I am using. This is a iPod Touch, but the behavior is the same for the iPhone X that I am also using to record this video. There's no difference, and I've been able to corroborate this behavior with at least one other family that's using the game. Anyway, let's get to it here. As you can see, the racing lanes are turned off, and so we're going to run just on the test track, and we'll do that with our thermal that's out there. I'm going to move this a little bit to the side just so you can see what's happening. And what we're going to find with this is that when those racing lanes are turned off, that while there is some good smoothness at speed to get all the way from the inside to the outside, the precision in the lane changing is not that useful. And so let's take a look here, right? So if we start to drive, the first thing we'll do is, as we actually bring it up to speed, there we go, and we can bring it to the inside, and then as we tip to the outside, right, it is a very nice smooth motion. Look at that, from the outside to the inside. That looks great. And if we go back to the inside and back to the outside, all looks very good. Now the trouble comes in terms of trying to manage small movements. And so in this instance, if I now, when the car enters that straightaway, I'm just going to give the slightest little bump over to the left and watch what happens. Let's try that again, right? We'll reset to the outside. And again, I'm just going to, very little, and you can see the car moves like 2/3 of the way across the track. Now, if you think of that as a function of speed, I'm going to move it all the way to the outside lane. And now I'm just going to give the littlest, and as you can see, even just that little movement, watch again, just this tiniest, and it's moving almost halfway across the track. So again, one more time, just that little, oh, see, now that was so little it didn't even do anything. So let's take another lap, and I'm just going to make this little movement just to try to go one lane over or 2 lanes, but you can see it's going over half the track. And as I do it again, right, and just the very slightest, now it's almost all the way to the inside. So I think the sensitivity on this is a bit of a challenge here. All right, let's reset again to the outside. And now watch as I pull just that little bit. Oh, again, that was so little it didn't do anything. But okay, we're gonna just do a little tip here. And again, see, look at that, half, it's grabbing half the track when I do that. And if I do it again, the movements, even at minimum speed, right, just that little movement, it stays turning for so long that it's grabbing half the track. And what that amounts to is then you only end up with about 3 lanes of effective use, right? And now all the way to the inside. And so now same thing, if I tip just that bit to the right, again, that was not enough to do anything. But here we go, we'll go a little to the right, and you can see it grabs again about half the track. And then we'll do it again, just little motion. and it goes now, and now we're all the way on the outside again. So the net result of this is that when you have this, the racing lanes disabled, yes, the changing is smooth, but all the precision's been taken away, and now you pretty much are either only all the way on the inside, in the middle, or all the way on the left. Whereas back in, the versions of the game prior to 2.6.2, it had this nice balance of smoothness where you could have the smoothness, but then you could still also have smaller increment lane changes. Whereas now, again, one more time, let's reset all the way on the outside one more time. And we're just gonna make that tiny little move, and you can see it grabs so much track. So that's what I wanted to report with this. Again, it's not unique to this device. It's on the iPhone 10 that I've got as well. And so what I'm hoping is, I think this is a good first step, right? In terms of, and that if you want to go all the way from the inside to the outside, right? It's definitely doing that much better than it did before, right? Look at that. That's beautiful. But the problem comes in that if you want to feather it and not go all the way to the inside and the outside, you want to have smaller movements. They're just not there. So I hope for a next version that, that nice smoothness, maybe it's the difference in speed between the wheels is kept, but that difference doesn't last for so long where it's grabbing so many lanes at a time. Anyway, I felt like a video was needed to explain this one. And yeah, I hope to see. Again, the smoothness is great, but it needs more precision to really be playable. Thank you for watching, and look forward to seeing future releases.